everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. I've been talking about a lot of school stuff on my channel because that's what you guys like to see, but I also like to talk about like kind of serious topics, or just topics that have been weighing on my mind. So in this video I want to talk about some relationship type stuff. I've noticed that, I don't want to say in 2020 because 2020 just started and it's been a mess. But I would say like in the past couple of years, right? Dating and relationships have been really different. People have been treating it very differently. They look at it very differently, which is fine. But I do notice that for some reason, people want to normalize cheating. And I'll explain that further. So, just from, watching certain shows and, being on social media. Now, I do want to preface this, right? Obviously, you don't want to. Sometimes I feel like people tend to, like, idolize, like, celebrities and political figures. Well-known people, influencers and stuff like that. They kind of look up to them to determine, like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I feel like they look up to them in a way where, like, they think that the way that they do things and like what they believe is like the end all be all, but it's not. And I've noticed that with celebrities, right, that cheating has become like just the norm, especially being in the public eye. For example, I'll use Kevin Hart, right? So at this point, if you've been keeping up with, pop news, pop culture in the past couple years, you would know that Kevin Hart cheated on his wife, I believe when she was pregnant. And she's pregnant now. And he talks about, he got caught, obviously, and he talks about it. I think he made a whole stand-up special about it. Not about him cheating, but about him being irresponsible. I think that's what it was called, like the irresponsible tour or whatever. And he talks about that. And people were kind of giving him the benefit of... I mean, don't get me wrong. People were upset and they were tearing him to shreds on the internet. But there were a lot of people, especially guys, who was like, oh, well, like, you have to think, like, he's busy, he's on the road, he doesn't have a lot of time at home. Like, it's almost like every single time a guy cheats, there's all these excuses, right? And it's almost like people think that, like, it's gone from cheating isn't okay to, oh, if they cheat one time, they can change. And it's like, no. Like, I don't understand why we allow, as females, cheating to just be a thing. Like, we think, oh, all men are gonna cheat, or all men cheat but not all of them get caught, or oh, well, cheating isn't like, like, it's horrible but it's not a deal breaker, I can get through it. Now, everybody's relationship is different. Like, if that's something that you can genuinely get over and you're okay with that, fine. Because every relationship is different, and what you tolerate in your relationship may be different. I just feel strongly about this because for me personally, I'm like zero tolerance when it comes to cheating. Like, I tell my friends all the time, I don't care if we've been married for 15 years with 3 kids. I don't tolerate cheating. If you have the urge to cheat, you need to come talk to me. You need to do something. Like, we need to go to therapy. Something needs to be done, because, or just break up with me, because I'm not dealing with it. I'm not dealing with the broken trust, because let me tell you guys something. Trust is a very hard thing to build. And if you break that trust by cheating on me, and I'm now having to spend months, maybe even years, I had a piece of hair in my mouth, sorry. If you spend years having to, like, second guess where they're at, or thinking that they're lying about something, checking the phone constantly, my peace of mind is too important to be dealing with that. So if I ever were to get cheated on is done. Like, I'm not doing it. And I just noticed that when people get cheated on publicly, people are so quick to defend the guy, like, oh, he made a mistake, and oh, he'll never do it again. Let him make it up to you. And then, all they do is, like, they buy some flowers, they show up at your door a couple times, and then they're back on good terms. um Another example of this is with Portia and Dennis, right? Dennis cheated on Portia, and then he cheated on her when she was pregnant too. What is going on with these? Like, really? While they're pregnant? Like, it's already. I mean, it's bad enough when they're just like, but when you're pregnant, like, why is that a trend? Anyway, so I was all for Portia kicking him out the house, letting him go, calling off the engagement. You know what I'm saying? But everybody in her friend group, if you guys watch, I don't know if you guys watch Real Housewives of Atlanta, but everybody in her friend group was like, maybe you should talk to him. Maybe you should go to therapy. You need to keep the family together. Forget all that keeping the family together. If you wanted to keep the family together, you wouldn't have cheated in the first place. And that's what I've been, like, that's what's been bothering me, that people think, like, I'm sorry, but if you really truly care about your significant other, your spouse, whatever, you wouldn't do that, because you know how bad it's going to hurt them. And I'm tired of all these excuses. I'm tired of men being protected in these situations, because guess what? And I've actually heard guys say this themselves, that if they cheat, it's a mistake, like, they can change, like, it's a one-time thing. But let the female cheat. You think the guy's gonna give them a second chance? No, more likely than not. And I just feel like, what is the point of dealing with it, especially when it happens multiple times? But once is enough. I'm sorry, once is enough. Now, I have seen guys put forth an effort to change, and in those cases, I say, okay, fine, it was a one-time thing. They putting forth a conscious effort every day. Fine, it couldn't be me. But when you have guys that are cheating, like, 5 times, 10 times, 10 different females, like, what? Like, I trust me, I get, being in love and all that jazz, but to me, it's just not worth it. And I hate the enabling from outside people. Like, if your friends are telling you that it's okay to be cheated on and you should just forgive them, like, say, like, in your heart of hearts, you want to move on because you're so hurt and you know that you cannot trust this person again, and you want to move on with your life and you just want to be done. But then you got your friends in your ear saying, hey, well, maybe you should give them a second chance. No. Like, and if you're this type of friend, stop doing that. I understand everybody wants to be happy and in love, and you want to see your friends in relationships. But let me tell you something. A relationship is not, it's not your source of happiness. It's not. Your source of happiness is going to be, like, within you. You cannot look for someone else to be your source of happiness. And I understand, like, when kids are involved, it's a little bit, like, more difficult, but kids can pick up on toxicity in the household. And if you're trying to hold on to this relationship for dear life, for solely for your kids and not for you, it's not going to be, like, everyone's going to be miserable. You're going to be miserable. The guy that you're with is going to be miserable. Your kids in the house are going to be miserable. Like, I just don't understand why cheating is now this thing that's almost expected to happen. Like, it's almost like, well, yeah, if you're with a guy for 15 years, you think he's just going to be with you for 15 years? Yeah. And guess what? If he can't do that, then we don't need to be married or in a relationship or whatever. Like, and again, I might be, obviously this is easier said than done. I know that. I've had my fair share of having a hard time letting someone go that was toxic in my life. But once you do it, though, it's like, yes, you're going to miss that person, but you're doing yourself a favor. Like, I hate that cheating is so normalized, because now, like, guys don't even try no more. They don't even try. Like, they the standards are set so low, and that's why I keep my standards high, and I think that's probably why my I've been single for so long, because I just don't tolerate that. Like, I let people know up front, like, I don't that's not something that I'm willing to tolerate. If you still want to talk to other females, if you still have wandering eyes, go handle that. Do not come over here trying to be with me and you still have stuff to get out. Get all that stuff out. We can remain friends while you're trying to figure stuff out. But I think the thing with guys is, like, they like to claim women. So, like, they find a girl that they really like, they see her as like wife material, but they don't want to stop doing what they're doing. So they'll keep their girl, right here on a string while they're doing their thing out there, trying to get all this stuff out. And then once they finally get caught and they're being held responsible, and then the girl is like about to be done, that's when all of a sudden they want to change and be a man and do the right thing. Like, no, like, relationships are a joke nowadays, and it sucks because I am a hopeless romantic on the inside, but I I try to suppress it sometimes, because these dudes, and sometimes some of these females too, I've seen both ways, but these guys just they don't try no more. It's like the effort is not there. I mean, some do try, but most don't. Or they just, like, attention spans. Like, their attention spans are whack. Like, they can't seem to keep their attention on one girl at one time. And then it's almost like if you don't give that guy what they want in the amount of time that they want it, then they're on to the next. Like, I've talked to a lot of guys that are like this, where if I'm not quick to, like, I'm not thirsty. Like, I am the farthest thing from, like, thirsty and, like, needing a guy in my life. Like, I don't want to feel like I need you. Like, if I'm going to be with somebody, it's not cuz I need you, cuz I want to be with you. So no, just because you tell me you like me doesn't mean I'm just going to jump into a relationship with you. Like, let me get to know you first. Let me see if there's something there. Guys don't even want to do that. It's like, if you aren't instantly like doing stuff with them, then it's like they're on to the next, or they just give up because you want to establish a friendship first. And I don't know if maybe as my generation gets older, things will start to change and revert back. But I don't know. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of seeing females getting cheated on, and everyone is just like, give them a second chance. Like, no, how about she find someone else to be with? Like, there are like billions of people on this planet. Why would you settle for anything less than what you deserve? Like, no, there's too many people in this world that are ready and willing to, you know, be there for you and be faithful to you, to be dealing with some mess. Like, I just want it to stop. I want guys to start being held accountable more. It takes more than a couple roses and a couple of dates and whatever else to, like, monetary stuff is like, that's not gonna save a relationship. Like, it's action, it's effort. And I've seen guys put in effort after cheating. And like I said, you gotta do what's right for you in your own relationship. I just know I can't do it, and I just hate seeing women constantly getting like disrespected and cheated on, and just not being treated the way that they should be treated because of them either trying to hold on to something that they know they should let go, or you have outside people telling them what to do. Like, that's why whenever I'm talking to guys or whatever, I don't tell nobody until it gets serious. And as no guy that I've talked to has gotten that serious to where I'm telling, because people are just nosy and they think that they know everything. Everyone thinks that they're relationship experts. You get all this unsolicited advice from everybody, and it's like, get off my behind. Like, you're like, if I'm choosing, like, at the end of the day, I choose what I want to do. If I'm choosing not to talk to someone because there's no connection there, respect that. Don't tell me, oh, well, you've been single for a couple of years now. You sure you don't want to give this guy a chance? No, I don't, because I don't like him. I'm not interested. There's no connection there. Like, there's this one guy who, and I might do a story time about this later, but there's this one guy who literally couldn't even talk to me. He couldn't look me in the eye when we were around each other. And everybody and their mom was just like, oh, you should, because I told him I was not interested in him up front, but I still kept the possibility in the back of my mind. But every single time we were around each other, I'm getting off topic, but every single time we would get around each other, he would be too scared to talk to me. So I'm like, okay, well, this clearly is not going to work, because I believe in natural connections with people, and I feel like if there's not like an authentic connection there and conversations don't flow, it's just not meant to be. And everybody was like, well, why don't you keep dating him and keep talking to him? And it's like, no, because I don't want to. I'm not interested. Like, people are so like desperate nowadays, and I hate when people try to put their desperateness onto me because they see that I'm single and they think that I need to be with somebody, and it almost makes them feel better to see other people in relationships just for the sake of being in a relationship. And I don't believe in that. I don't believe in being in something just to say like, hey, I'm in a relationship and hey, I'm happy. Why fake the funk? Like, just focus on you and your inner peace and happiness, and it will come. Trust and believe. But anyway, done with that. That was my little rant for today. If you guys have any additional comments to what I've said in this video, make sure you guys leave them down below. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.